Hello, I'm Megan Mulqueen with Acorn Community School in Ojai, California, and this is...
I'm Elizabeth Melker.
She'll be joining us this upcoming fall, 2015, and we got together today at a local coffee shop to talk about the benefits of nature-based education and why it's important for children to connect their hearts and their love of learning with their love of the earth. And one of the books that we were reading together is called Forest Kindergartens, The Cedar Song Way by Erin Kenny. Erin Kenny is a nature-based forest kindergarten teacher based in Washington. She has her own school called Cedar Song, and she wrote this book to help support other educators who are interested in providing nature-based education for their children. And so this book talks about many things, but some of the four main components that we're going to talk about today are the mental, physical, emotional, and social benefits of nature-based education for children. And so we were just talking about how all across the world, all across the nation, children everywhere are being diagnosed with ADHD, they have trouble sitting still in classrooms, they can't focus, they can't pay attention. And there have been so many findings that talk about how if children would just get outside and they would just explore and uncover and discover their love of the earth and creatures, how it would increase and improve their immune system, it would lower their ADHD tendencies, it would benefit their mental health and physical and emotional health and social health. So we're just going to talk about some of those benefits today. And the first one, what we're going to talk about are the social skills and how those are improved through their relationship with the earth and through nature. So when children are involved in unstructured, imaginative play, they're learning the fine art of socialization, and they learn negotiation and compromise and cooperation and teamwork. And they learn how to be with others and how to gain a sense of self and what their contribution is to the play, what their role is. And a lot of times it's a really excellent way for children to learn how to be in relationships with each other in ways that adults can't synthesize or create any kind of circumstance. This is the natural way. So when you were reading this book and you were learning about how children work together when they're outside through play, what are some of your thoughts and ideas?
I think it's beautiful because, like she said, that children learn best through play and exploration, and nature kind of provides its own classroom. You don't have to have a set plan for the day. You'll go out and nature will provide that for you, and they're already feeling so grounded and centered in themselves, being in that environment and feeling that energy. It adds to the whole experience.
Yeah, it really does, and you find that what a stick is to one child could spur like this whole play of family and fairy houses and building and one hole in the ground. What could it be? What kind of? And then, oh, I think it could be a bear hole. Let's make a trap for the bear. And so it could go on all different avenues of interest in play, and the children are working together and they're elevating each other, and one child has an idea and another child has an idea, and it's all centered around the earth. So they're using the earth, they're using these open-ended props and tools and playthings in order to create a world, their own world. And it's a world that involves the earth, so it's really awesome. The second aspect and benefit of nature-based learning is how it supports cognitive development. And so neuroscientists are now documenting that young children learn differently than adults, and that children learn best through movement and through play, and when they're allowed to dance and sing and move. And so when we're out in nature, there's not a lot of sitting, there's a lot of movement. And say, we see a bird and we do some bird watching, and we're listening to bird sounds and bird calls, and we watch a bird and the bird goes and she gets seeds and she's pecking at the ground, and then she flies up to her nest, and you hear like the bird calls of baby birds, and you know that she's feeding them. And then when we see that, we might act that out. We might act out the whole scene that we just observed, and we use our bodies and we use dance and we'll make up songs and yoga, and it's so exciting, it's so fun. And it also helps to balance the two sides of their brain. So when they're in nature, they're using all parts of their bodies, all of their senses, which leads us to the next benefit, which is the physical benefit of nature-based learning. And so when they're immersed in nature, first of all, it's increasing their immune system to be outside and to be exposed to the air and the sunlight and the vitamins in the sunlight, and to be under the trees and to feel the earth under their feet. They say that just 5 minutes of barefoot time helps to stabilize and balance all the different nerves and hemispheres in our brain. How exciting is that? And also, it kind of makes them more immune to germs and to allergens that children who spend a lot of time indoors, they don't get that. And so they're more sensitive to environmental allergens or to different like dust and dirt and molds that other children who are outside a lot, their bodies become immune, which is really great. And also it increases their physical strength. So like climbing and balancing and running and jumping and swimming and jumping from rock to rock when we go to the creek. The children are really having a chance to take risks. And do you know, Elizabeth, about risk-taking at this age and how it supports their development?
Yeah, they have to try it out for themselves. They have to learn to have confidence in themselves, and giving them the environment and nature to do that and trying new things out with their body is wonderful.
Yeah, and really it's a very key developmental stage, risk-taking and being willing and able to take risks, just like what Elizabeth was saying. They have to feel confident that they can take a risk and they can do it. And so there's so many opportunities in nature that provide this opportunity that's really exciting. And then through positive reflection and mirroring, it elevates their sense of self, which is another important key developmental aspect. So when a child jumps from a rock or they climb higher than they thought they could, we reflect back to them, oh, look what you can do. You're climbing using all the strength in your muscles, and you climbed up one and you weren't sure if you could get to the other, but then you raised your foot and you got higher, and look what you can do. Yeah. And so it's really supportive for them, and it makes them feel proud and confident in their abilities, in their body and in themselves. And the last benefit that we're going to talk about is the emotional benefit of nature immersion. And we did talk about, there's a lot of studies that show, like we've talked about in the past, ADHD as being a major issue in children, and children are unable to sit down in chairs, and they can't focus, and they can't concentrate, because children at that age aren't meant to be sitting down at desks and inside all the time with four walls and a ceiling.
Staring at a screen.
Staring at a screen, or staring at a workbook, or even working by themselves. Children learn best when they work with others. And so when they go out in nature and their hearts and their souls and their bodies are free to run and play and jump and dance and sing their ideas and paint their songs, and they notice, a lot of researchers notice that those ADHD symptoms disappear.
Take away all the stimulation from the artificial stimulation.
Yeah. And it gets them outside, and when they find something they're really excited about, then all of a sudden they can focus and they can concentrate on what they're doing, and they're excited about learning and they love it. And so it's really important, nature-based learning. I feel all schools should have it, and we're really blessed that we have a school, Acorn Community School, which allows children to be outside in their natural environment, to take advantage of all of these benefits that that the earth provides us. So we just thank you so much for joining us for our latest blog entitled Why Nature-Based Education is Important. We hope that you'll share it with all your friends and family, and like us on Facebook, Acorn Community School. And also you can find more information out about us at www.acorncommunityschool.org. Thanks so much, and we hope to see your children and your family at one of our upcoming family visits or school visits. Thank you so much, and have a great day.